911 calls for help flood into dispatch around midnight.
Things escalated so quickly.
For the first time, Travis Rudolph talks about the night he says 4 men showed up at his front door.
I just heard a loud bang, as if like the police was at the door.
In exclusive video, we can now see everything playing out on security cameras.
This all happened within seconds, so my brother was the first one to get to the door, so I was worried about his safety as well.
Who is it? Where Travis at? Travis at?
According to court records, Rudolph and his then-girlfriend, Dominique Jones, got into a fight earlier that night.
Open this door, bro, because this got me. Dominique, stop.
Who are you calling it, bro?
I wanted to cover this story. It's going very viral right now, especially because of the verdict just came out a couple days ago. But I really wanted to cover this story so that we can understand exactly why you don't mess with certain people. And it goes for men and women alike. You don't associate yourself with these type of people because they will put you in a bad situation that could possibly even be life-threatening. There's a lesson that could be learned here, and I think it's very important that we cover this. So if you don't know, or if you haven't heard about this story, former Florida State star Travis Rudolph, he also played in the NFL for the Giants and another team, is on trial for, you see it there, his alleged girlfriend attacked him and then proceeded to text her brother to also target Randolph. When her brother and friend showed up, one of the men was gunned down. And so this just goes to show who you associate yourself with is very important, because it could be some life-threatening situations. She was pissed off, she was having a fit, and so instead of dealing it like a real woman or a grown-up woman, you know, I'm not gonna fool around with this dude no more, or we're gonna hash it out and talk about it, she ended up calling her brother, and one of her brother's friends ended up getting gunned down. And at the end of the day, it's all self-defense.
Afterwards, she texted her brother, Keyshawn Jones. Evidence shows they both made threats towards Rudolph.
As soon as I came outside, literally, Tyler, he sucker punched me to my left eye. It was Tyler and Sebastian. It was kind of trying to corner me in. And Tyler, he had pulled out his firearm. And during that time, Tyler pulled out his firearm. Sebastian was like, "You mess with the wrong girl, you're gonna die tonight." And then that's when I went back inside and grabbed my firearm.
This is just terrible, emotional beta behavior. Even as a woman, this is the lowest IQ type of behavior that you would want to have, because it's survival of the fittest at the end of the day. So we're going to get into it a little bit later. But apparently, this dude was talking to other girls. He had other things going on. She found out about it, didn't like it. They came back from somewhere of drinking, and she started to turn up and start hitting him. After he said, "You know what, I'm not going to deal with this crazy chick," he pushed her outside, or left her outside, closed the door. Him and his brother went inside their house. Then that's when the sister called her brother, or was texting her brother, "Hey, get down here, please go shoot his shit up." And that's what was in the text messages, because she was pissed off. And then in my head, what did she think was gonna happen? She thought, oh, my brother's just gonna go over there and talk to him a little bit, go rough him up or whatever. I mean, she explicitly said in the text messages, go shoot his shit up. What else do you expect? At this point, don't be surprised if anything out of the ordinary happens. I mean, you literally called for this. And there's a lot of lies and deception going on here. There's a lot of lies that she told her brother in order to persuade him and get him in this urgency to come down there. And we're going to get into that later. But first, I want to show some of the courtroom footage, because it's going viral for some of the stupid shit that she's saying and was doing at that time. And I think it needs to be highlighted, because if you mess around with a manipulator, a narcissistic woman just like this, she will put you in these type of situations.
Isn't it true that you were the first person to become physically violent with Travis and not the other way around?
No.
Not at all?
Something, or show me something if I can't recall the exact steps of the moments.
Question. Okay, so you were the first one to become physically violent with Travis, not the other way around. Answer. Correct.
Yes, I said correct.
You remember that?
Yes.
So you smashed his iPhone not out of anger, but because you were hurt?
Yes.
Okay.
And I didn't send my brothers to kill him.
No, you just sent a text to go shoot up it, right?
I didn't say shoot him.
So right off the bat, they catch her in a lie. She says that she was not the first one to get physically violent. Then earlier in the deposition, she said that she was the first one to get violent. And clearly we can see it on the Ring doorbell camera that as soon as he started raising his voice, that's when she started hitting him. And see, in my heart of hearts, I really don't like calling women bitches, but this woman is a bitch. Hand to the Lord, this is a bitch, let me tell you. She has the audacity to say, I didn't tell my brothers to kill him, but she did text, go go shoot up his shit. Like, what the fuck is the difference? This is like, just imagine you're in a relationship with a girl and that's what she does. You had a fight, she pisses you off, she has the audacity in the first place to start hitting you, then you kick her out, and then she calls her brothers to come over, and then they're gonna come kill you because of that. Could you imagine being in that situation? This is a bitch. This is a devil from deep below. This is the whore of Babylon. This is Judas. This is everything. This is terrible.
What the shit is?
When you're angry, you say things. I'm sure everyone in this courtroom has said something when you're... I'm trying to speak. If you want me to answer your question, you have to let me answer your question.
Well, if you were responsive to my question, I wouldn't have...
All right. Answer the question, please.
Okay. Can you repeat your question?
Question was shit. What does shit mean in the context of that text?
This is a really sad situation, but I can't help myself. I find this somewhat humorous because she's trying to save face and she's trying to act like, oh, everybody, you know, when they get mad, they say things that they don't mean and they say things that they regret. But bitch, ain't nobody saying, oh, go kill this person, go shoot up his shit when they get pissed off. That's not a normal way of thinking. That's mental illness at its finest. When you get pissed off and the first thing that your mind jumps to is, I gotta go physically harm this person, I gotta go gun down this person, I need somebody else to go gun down this person, you have mental illness. There's something wrong with you. And it's not like he tried to hurt her. It's not that he even put his hands on her. Nothing like that. It was simply she did not get her way. She found out that this dude was talking to other girls and probably cheated on her. And that's what made it the reality. But wait, there's more, because we're going to find out some information about her that turns this whole situation upside down. I'm going to propose the question, what if she was cheating on somebody?
Okay. So it could have been his brother?
No.
It could have been the house?
Nothing violent toward a person.
It could have been his mother.
Once again, I just want to re-preface this and say that in my heart of hearts, I do not like calling women bitches, nor do I do it in my personal life. But I have to reinforce the fact that this is a bitch. This is a low-down whore, promiscuous woman who's no good, and she's evil and degenerate at heart. Because how are you gonna say, I didn't mean it to get violent, but yet you're saying go shoot up his shit? What the hell do you think that means? She's such a moronic idiot moron that she doesn't even understand the words that she's using. Oh, I didn't mean it to be violent. Don't do anything violent. But yet the word she uses is go shoot up his shit. And let's play devil's advocate. Even if she was erratic and emotional and she didn't really mean to shoot him or to even rough him up, why in the first place are you even telling your brother and his friends to come over there then? Let's just say you were having a sporadic moment. Okay, you're all hyped up and everything. Just take your ass home then. Don't fool around with that guy. Don't talk to him. Don't call him no more and move on. But no, she wanted to get back at him. That's the reality.
His mother's house, right?
I was upset and my adrenaline was running and I said something that I didn't mean. That's the bottom line of that. I didn't mean for my brothers to do any of that. That's why when my brother left the house, he did not have a firearm on him. People say things when they're upset that they don't mean all the time.
So once again, they catch her in another lie. She said that her brother did not leave with the firearm, or whoever had the gun did not leave with the firearm. However, come to find out, they did have the firearm once the group of friends and the brother left together, and they tried to stash it away in a bush.
It was like my second home. I would not want anything to happen there.
All right. And he never raised a hand and touched you, did he not?
Yeah, he was raising his hand the whole time, like grabbing me, pushing me back. Yeah, the whole time.
Okay, so did he punch you?
No, he didn't punch me.
Did he slap you?
No, he didn't slap me.
Did he pick up any objects and hit you over the head with them?
No.
4 men showed up at his front door.
And you told both of them that Travis picked you up and slammed you to the ground, right?
Yes.
And that he had...
Once again, catching her big ass in another lie, she tried to say or tell her brother that, oh, this dude, he just slammed me on the ground. And I'm telling you, she's creating this sense of urgency. Like she's telling her brother and her friends to get over here. He's slamming me on the ground. He's doing this. He's doing that. And so that's why they all pulled up so fast, so quick. They were strapped and everything. And that's why they were so hostile from the jump, because of the fact that they were under the impression that this guy was beating on his sister, when that wasn't even the case. She was the first one to start enacting physical harm. She started hitting the dude first, and all he did was hold her little swings back and push her ass off, close the door, go inside, and then she was like, I'm not done with this dude. I'm not done with him yet. So let me go get my brother to teach him a lesson. And so whether or not it was in the spur of the moment, whatever the case may be, Mercy. What happened. Self-defense. The dude ended up pulling out his own gat and gunning down the dude that tried to gun him down. So at what point do you have sympathy? Mercy try to understand, but she doesn't care. She's sitting up there on the stand. You can see her swinging back and forth. She don't give a damn. I mean, it would have been a crazy karma silver lining if it was her brother who ended up getting gunned down. Wouldn't that be crazy? You called your brother under some false pretenses, and then your brother's the one that got gunned down. Wouldn't that be wild if that was the reality? But she don't give a damn. Even if she knew her brother's friend, she don't care. You could tell how manipulative, how disgusting and evil that she is. Just the way that she's talking, her rhetoric, just her overall being, you can tell she's just a very evil woman. And I would like to see her be put on trial for the thing that she's done, because she almost took away this man's life. I mean, this ex-football player, this dude, this happened 2 years ago, so all his football stuff has been on hold, and he's probably never going back to the league, maybe not. But this man could have went to jail for the rest of his life because of this situation, because of her false pretenses, her manipulation, her tactics, gaslighting, all this narcissistic attitudes and everything. It's wild to see.
You were also sleeping over his house pretty much on a daily basis. That's what you told the jury yesterday?
Correct.
And it was during this time that you and Travis were dating that you were actually married to another man, Andre Chinsang. Is that correct?
Legally separated, but correct.
So this is the best part, in my opinion. This is like the coup de grace. This is the cherry on top, is the fact that she was married to another man, and then behind that dude's back, whether they're separated or not, behind that dude's man, who you're supposed to be faithfully married to, for rich or for poor, sickness and in health, whatever the case may be, yada, yada, yada. You're supposed to stay with this dude. This is your husband. You're out here with a football player cheating on him, whether they're separated or not. Doesn't really matter. That's supposed to be your husband till death, but you want this little fast girl lifestyle, and so you got with an ex-football player.
I had a conversation with a man about marriage, and you're still married to Andre Chinsang. Is that correct?
Correct.
So you lied to Travis. You misled him, did you not?
Travis never asked me if I was married.
I don't know if I could take much more of this. This girl is such a dumbass. Like, she's trying to save face. She's trying to act like she's not the bad person. She has this weird prissiness about her, like, I'm too good for this situation. She shows no remorse. She doesn't give a fuck about what happened. She's trying to get her own, trying to save face and make sure that her reputation and she looks fine and pretty. That is the dumbest response ever. She's talking about marriage to this dude, Travis, that she's with, the football player, and yet she's married to some other dude. And then, okay, why are you doing this? Why are you talking about marriage with this guy? Well, he didn't really ask if I was married. Like, bitch, that's something that you do when you get involved with somebody. Like, you know what? I'm actually married to somebody else right now, or I'm actually in an entanglement with somebody else right now. So if you want to marry me or something gets real serious, we got to really figure this out. But no, she's a dumb bitch, and I about had enough of her.
Approximately how long you knew Dominique Jones before April 7th of 2021?
I'll say I knew her for about a year.
And what was your relationship? Can you characterize it? Not after this incident, but I'm talking when you first met her, the first couple of weeks, first few months. Can you characterize your relationship with her?
I definitely had a lot of love for her. We was dealing with each other, but we wasn't officially girlfriend and boyfriend, because I told her pretty much that I wanted to take my time at really getting to know her, because everything starts off good and glamour until something hits the fan.
We, the jury, find as follows. As to count 1, we find the defendant not guilty. As to count 2, we find the defendant not guilty. As to count 3, we find the defendant not guilty. As to count 4, we find the defendant not guilty. So say we all, the 7th day of June, 2023.
I will say, to some degree, this dude Travis, he knew better, but just not enough. Because at the end of the day, if you're with a girl, you're talking to a girl who is willing to put her hands on you, you know this was not the first time. This is just the first time it was caught on camera and something explosive came out of it. But the lesson of the story, the moral of the story is this: don't be fooling around with people who you know for a fact are not good for you, your reputation, your association. They're gonna drag you down. They only want to mooch off you and take shit from you. Because at the end of the day, that's exactly what this girl Dominique was. He got himself involved with a manipulative, narcissistic woman who was just trying to get up. She was trying to date a football player, get her money up. She's already married to another dude, but yet she's fooling around out here being a promiscuous woman, trying to get a football player, trying to lock down a contract, trying to have his baby, and all this other bullshit that we always see. So at the end of the day, it is very important to understand who you are and the type of people that you need around you, if you need people at all. But just understand, as soon as somebody's coming with the bad vibes, whether whether it be your girlfriend, whether it be your friends, your colleagues, coworkers, even your family members. Motherfuckers coming out the woodwork because you got money and fame and status now, whatever the case may be. Understand you have to vet them properly, and okay, they're for me, they're gonna do right by me, we have history, okay, let them, allow them into your life. But if that's not the case, you need to get them out, because look at what can go wrong. I'm telling you, in a different universe, this dude would have went to jail for his whole entire life, because they would have been like, well, you did kill this dude and we found you, or we got you on a technicality, so well, you're gonna have to go to jail for the rest of your life now. And his whole entire life is ended off of some stupid stuff that this woman started by making up false allegations, telling her brother she got slammed on the ground and yada yada, this and that and all this other stuff, and that's why they pulled up to his house to begin with. So it's very important to understand who you're associating yourself with. But other than that, let me know what you guys thought about this entire story down below. If I missed anything, make sure you add it down below in the comment section. We'll talk about it. But other than that, I'm done with talking about this. I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Promise that's still good in me. I know I've done wrong. Been away from the city and I know it's been too long. Sorry I changed on you.